why a breakdown could be something good if it ever happens. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Emi here. Today I wanted to speak to you about breakdowns and why it could be something good if it ever happens to you. Obviously it is better if it doesn't happen, because let's admit it, going through a breakdown is not something that is pleasant. It's normally quite painful. It could be quite frightening. It might require time, and depending on the severity we might need also medication. However, everything happens for a reason, and it is an opportunity to listen to what our body and our mind really needs. Human beings, we are experts in continue moving forward, trying to show up for the demands of the world, whether it's our boss, your mom, your dad, your partner, even yourselves. We try to live up to those expectations that we create until one day we break. It might happen in many different ways. We might feel depressed, we might develop some sort of social anxiety, we might even be compelled to do something scandalous and even sometimes dangerous. It normally causes us to deviate from our regular routine. In many cases, as a response, some people, they try to, or they push to fix some problems that they face. But that actually leads us to go back to those habits that actually created the breakdown in the first place. We need to understand that a breakdown is not a piece of madness or a malfunction, but rather is a part of our mind trying to force the others into a process of growth, into a process of self-understanding and self-development. So it is important to take a little bit of time to try to reflect and understand what our bodies and our minds are trying to tell us. Because when a breakdown happens, that's pretty much your mind or your body trying to tell you that something needs to change, that we cannot continue doing business the way we are. Normally a breakdown happens because of an accumulation of things. I think it was a philosopher called Alan Batton who described the breakdown as a human or internal revolution. So pretty much during the years, what it happens is that your mind keeps telling you things, your body keeps telling you things. What happens is that we continue to ignore them until one point that everything, boom, explodes and it starts the revolution. It's pretty much like what happens in society, you know? We keep talking to our governments, we keep telling them things, those things, they continue piling up, they continue to ignore us until one point the society says enough, and then we start with a civil revolution. This can be inspired by many things. It could be because we need to slow down at work. It could be because maybe we need to end up a toxic and bad relationship. It could be because maybe we need to spend more time with our families. It could be maybe because you are trying to accept, or we need to accept a part of ourselves that we've been hidden. But normally it is a crisis that represents a need for growth that it hasn't been able to find any other way to express itself. And the best way to become well and also to prevent it from the future is actually learning from it, giving us the opportunity to rebuild our lives in a more authentic and sincere basis. Many people, they probably wouldn't have got to the level that they are, or to the good life that they are experiencing at the moment, if it wasn't because they had that breakdown at some point in the past. Many people that was living a very depressive life, maybe people that they were suppressing their real identity. If it wasn't because they had a breakdown at some point in the past, they wouldn't have overcome all this, and they wouldn't have been able to achieve an authentic and unhappy life. And this is why I said that in a way, having or experiencing a breakdown is actually something good. Obviously it is better if we don't have to get to that extent and have a breakdown. There's always so many ways that we can avoid this from happening. If we actually start listening to ourselves, if we really start listening to our minds and our body, we can actually avoid this. Because again, going through that process is not very nice. It's not simple, it's not easy, it takes time, and it could be painful, but it could be a real life changer for many people in a good sense. The point is to actually learn from it, not try to fix it, but actually learn from it so we can make a change in our lives. So nothing guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was interesting. I hope that you don't have to go through a breakdown. Nothing, if you have any question or anything, write me down. I'm always here, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.